Good morning, students. Today we are going to start a new chapter. Chapter number 4, Nutrition in Living Organism. So, living organism consists of plants and animals. So, today we'll start with the nutrition in plants. Students, as we all know that we need energy for performing various daily activities. We get this energy from the food we eat. So we can say that nutrition is a process by which all living organisms take food and utilize it. Both animals and plants are living organisms. Like animals, plants also require energy for their life activity. Thus, nutrition is an important life process of all living organisms. Objectives. At the end of this video, you will be able to define nutrition, describe autotrophic mode of nutrition in plants, explain the process of photosynthesis, describe heterotrophic mode of nutrition in plants, and explain the different types of heterotrophic modes of nutrition. So dear students, now let us know more about mode of nutrition. So there are two types of modes of nutrition: autotrophic nutrition and heterotrophic nutrition. But what are they? The mode of nutrition by which organisms make food by themselves, that is, they prepare their food on their own, is called as autotrophic nutrition, and these organisms are called as autotrophs. So plants are autotrophs. So green plants are the examples of autotroph. Now the next one, the mode of nutrition in which animals and many other organisms eat ready-made food prepared by the plants, is called heterotrophic nutrition. It is not phototrophic, it is heterotrophic. And these organisms are called as heterotrophs. That is, they depend on other for the food. Examples are human, lion, tiger, etc. As we know that green plants synthesize their own food. But do you also know how do they prepare their own food? Actually, green plants make their own food by the process of photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is a process by which green plants synthesize their own food from carbon dioxide and water in the presence of chlorophyll and sunlight, is called photosynthesis. Chlorophyll is a green pigment which gives color to the plant. Now you know that in plants, water, mineral and carbon dioxide are raw materials, means basic requirement for the synthesis of food. Do you also know that how these plants obtain raw material from the surroundings, and how do they send them to the food factories of the plants? Water and dissolved minerals are absorbed directly from the soil to the roots and directly sent to the leaves by the means of many small vessels present in the stem. These vessels run throughout the roots and stem, branches and leaves. They form a continuous path for the passage of water, mineral to reach the leaves. Like this, carbon dioxide is taken into both the surface through tiny holes, we can say pores, of the leaves. Such pores are called stomata. These pores are surrounded by the guard cell. You can see in the picture. After reaching to the leaves, carbon dioxide and water react in presence of sunlight and they form carbohydrates. The carbohydrate ultimately convert into starch, which is stored in the plants. Therefore, the first food product is formed during the photosynthesis is starch. Starch is also an example of carbohydrates. In this process, oxygen is also released. Therefore, the process of photosynthesis is represented as carbon dioxide plus water in the presence of chlorophyll and sunlight forms carbohydrate and oxygen. So, in the presence of sunlight, carbon dioxide and water gives carbohydrate and oxygen. It is released in this process. Till now, we have learnt about the photosynthesis process. But now the question is, what are its significance? So, photosynthesis is an important and vital process for the life on this plant. This process helps conversion of solar energy into organic matter. Hence, photosynthesis is a link of physical and biological work. It is the primary source of organic food for all the living forms, either directly or indirectly. It also helps in purifying the air and maintaining the balance of oxygen and carbon dioxide in the ecosystem. Now students, you have to find the answers of these questions and tell me whether the shown statements are true or false. So the first question is, the first product produced in the process of photosynthesis is a fat. So this statement is true or false. Second one, the green pigments found in the leaves is called chlorophyll. So the given statement is true or false. Students, now let us understand about those plants which do not have chlorophyll and do not synthesize the food on their own. Just think about how do they survive and from where do they derive nutrition. As we have already learned in this video that these plants derive food from other plants and animals, and this type of mode of nutrition is called heterotrophic mode of nutrition. The plants in which this type of mode of nutrition is found are known as heterotrophs. So, there are 4 types of heterotrophic nutrition. First one is parasitic plants. Second one is saprophytic plants. Third one is symbiotic plants. Fourth one is insectivorous plants. Now, let us understand them one by one in detail. So, we'll start with parasitic plants. The plants which obtain their food directly from other plants are known as parasitic plants, and the plants from which they obtain their food are known as host. You might have seen Cuscuta amarbel nearby you, which is an example of a parasitic plant. It coils around the stem and the branches as yellow tubular structure. You will be surprised to know that it does not contain chlorophyll. It takes ready-made food from the plants on which it is climbing. The plants on which it climbs is known as host. So the plant is known as host. When you go to a vegetable shop, you might have seen packets of mushroom sold in it. Beside that, you might have also seen a fluffy umbrella-like patches growing on rotten wood in rainy season. But do you know what these organisms are and how do they get nutrition? These organisms are commonly called as fungi, and They get that nutrition from dead and decayed matter. To get the nutrition from dead and decaying matter, they secrete digestive juice and convert it into solution. This mode of nutrition by which organism take in nutrition and solution by dead and decaying matter is called as saprophytic nutrition, and such organisms which use these kinds of nutrition are called as saprotrophs. Thus, we can say that fungi is a saprotroph. Like, as plants also require nitrogen to make protein, so they absorb nitrogen continuously from the soil, due to which the amount of nitrogen become less. As you all know that there is 78% of nitrogen present in the atmosphere, but plant cannot use it directly as they use carbon dioxide. They require nitrogen in soluble form. So, there is bacteria called as rhizobium can take atmospheric nitrogen and convert it into soluble form. This bacteria lives in the roots of the grams, peas, moong and beans and many other legumes and provide them with nitrogen. In return, the plants provide food and shelter to the bacteria. Thus, we can say that rhizobium shows a symbiotic relationship. Now, students, try to find out the correct answer from the given picture. That means you have to match the following words. Summary. Let us summarize what we have learned in today's video. So, we have learned the definition of nutrition, that is the process by which all living organisms take food and utilize it to get energy is called as nutrition. So, what are the different modes of nutrition? So, there are two different modes of nutrition, autotrophic nutrition and heterotrophic nutrition. In autotrophic mode of nutrition, plants synthesize their own food by the photosynthesis process and they are called as autotrophs. For example, plants. Photosynthesis is a process by which green plants synthesize their own food from carbon dioxide and water in the presence of chlorophyll and sunlight. Chlorophyll is a green pigment which gives color to the plant. In heterotrophic mode of nutrition, plants do not synthesize their own food and they are dependent on other plants for the food, and they are known as heterotrophs. So, parasitic plants obtain their food directly from other plants, and that plants on which the parasitic plants survive are known as host. The mode of nutrition in which organisms take in nutrients from dead and decaying matter is called saprophytic nutrition. For example, fungus. Lichen is a specific group of plants in which both algae and fungi live together. This is called as symbiotic relation. That means algae and fungi, they are living together and they are dependent on each other. Now next one is insectivorous plants, means they eat insects, they trap insects and eat them. And the example of these plants are